Virgo, how you doing? Welcome to your weekly energy tarot reading here on the Astroflower. Going from the 4th to the 10th of November. I was going to say October then, but we're in November. Just had an energy update go through, and it's all the energies coming from within at the moment. And it mainly tied into air, but there's also a high water content as well. So it's a combination of mental and emotions, which I think has been pretty difficult for all mutable signs. That's yourself included. And I think it's pretty difficult to deal with the amount of air coming through the system. And we will see that on your Astroflower and see how it plays out in your elements and pull a few cards on the energies that are coming into the system and playing through your chakras and your aura. But in the meantime, let's just pull up your Astroflower and see what's going on for you there. So this is your overall energies. This is your general energies. And let's see what's going on here for you here. You're very good at putting out positive energy, Virgo, and you tend to do that within your life. You are very, very optimistic as a sign goes, but that's on the outside. What's coming, I think, within there's a lot of doubt. There's a lot of within you, kind of going, really, really, and there's a lot of searching, a lot of ideas coming through. But it's difficult to convert those ideas into reality. And I think this is making you feel a little bit inside you, a little bit sort of like, a little bit anxious about your connection with relationships or emotions or, love and so forth. And it seems that way. And I think that's pretty true for most mutable signs. I think it's quite difficult for most mutable signs at this present time because we're going from into the Aquarian age, and we're moving from out of Pisces into, which is another mutable sign, into the Aquarian age. And I think this is difficult for mutables to readjust because you're constantly readjusting. So I get that sort of feeling within you, certainly on your relationship side. On your financial side, it's working on a plan. It's working on a business, working on a career path. It's doing all the background stuff. I think you've got everything here, Virgo, to do it. And I think it's a case of just going ahead and doing it. And it might be here where you need an emotional input into your career path in order to give you that direction, give you that spark that kind of goes, and that's the way to go. And that's the way to do it. So, I think, that's where I think within you, I think you're looking for that at the moment, or within your spirit. And it could be connected to the outside world, like a coincidence or the chance meeting with someone, which is obviously chance is what we create as within ourselves. Networking sort of, and that person brings in that opportunity that gives you that direction in life. That's what it seems like. Let's just see what the overall energy is here. Yeah, you got 7 of Swords. Yeah, playing smart. Yeah, I get that as well. But I also get as well here from your there's a certain sensation of being what people want to see rather than being what you want to be. That's the sort of thing I get off the back of it. Little bit, it is playing smart, and I think you can play smart on the financial side, most definitely. I think that side of it there is good. To avoid complication is really good. But on the relationship side here, and I think this is where it's causing more the stress and strain within your life, is that you've got to, being smart means also, living life fully yourself. Let's just see what's going on in the connection with the universe, with the relationships that are around you. It's like the karmic path is tied to something that, it's like going on a train and seeing, you're sitting there at the window, you see a lovely castle out there, and you kind of think, oh, I'd love to go and visit that. And if you were in a car, you could do, but you're not. You're on a train, and the train ain't moving off the railway tracks. And I think this is like, there's a course that's set at the moment that you would like to adjust on it. And I think this is where you need to really be very clear with your emotions, basically, with you. No one else. Just be clear with your emotions with you to start with. And the universal energies, there's a lot of socializing going on. But it's not of high quality. You're looking for something like relationships that are a bit more sort of direct, intimate, but rather than being, just socializing. You want it to be a much more meaningful sort of thing here. I think here, but there's a lot going on, I think, at the moment. And in the past to the future, there is a change that's happened within you, or a change that is happening within you, which is a bit of a tower moment for you, I think, more than anything else. But what it's doing is like when pruning a tree, you prune the tree so then the tree can grow better, and you can get more fruit. And I think you do this as well. I think you've got an opportunity to prune life around you in regards to your emotional and spiritual side of life. And in pruning that emotional and spiritual side of life, it gives new light to the situation and new possibilities. The lesson that could be learned from this week here is perfection is created. It doesn't just happen. It is creation, and that's why we've got the creator and everything like that, the whole idea, the concept of a creator. But for you, it's a case of kind of sort of saying, if you've got this apple tree, if you want to get the best out of it, you have to put your sense in. You've got to put your bit in. And I think this is what the message comes out of this week here. You've got to be you've got to be part of the change you want to be or want to see. Yeah, you got this 5 of Swords on your karmic path. I think that's an internal conflict within you here. As I said, it likes, you want to be, you're doing something, you're out, you're socializing and what have you, but you don't want to be there. You want to be curled up, or you want to be at a dinner table with just a few friends rather than at a massive bar. Do you know what I mean? It's that sort of thing. And I think there's that internal conflict that needs to be sort of adjusted and dealt with. Look at this. And then you get the 6 of Swords. This is out on the connection to the universe. And look at that. There is a progressional thing that's going on there. Look, you got the 5, 6, and 7 of Swords. It's the socializing aspect is good. It gets you out there and it stops you from sort of beating yourself up. And I certainly wouldn't be sitting at home either. If I was you. But at the same time, there is this longing for quality rather than just movement. And I think within the connections, what's in your past self? You get the 5 of Cups. Disappointment. This is that tower thing I was talking about. And I think this is where you can realise, actually, this is what we're talking about, quality. There's 3 cups there that have been spent that you can see. I can just get it in the right camera. The 3 cups there that are spent there out the back. But there is actually 2 cups which she's got, which could be totally in alignment with her, with herself. And I think this is the biggest struggle for you this week, is being true to yourself. And, it's not a case of offending people. And you don't want to offend people. But at the same time, you don't want to put yourself in a box just because you don't want to offend people. If people can't realise certain little aspects about you that need to be explored, then do they really love you? That sort of thing. I can't see any sort of breakups or anything like that going on. I just think the landscape's changed and things need to be a little bit rearranged. And in the future, look at that, you got the Six of Cups. This is amazing, Virgo. Six of Cups in your future here. So we've now got the Five and the Six of Cups. And this is all about sort of like kind of going, I think what you're doing here is sort of saying that's the journey that you've done so far. And now this is the journey of looking at the journey from the past and sort of saying, do you know what? Let's just take the good from what we've been doing and then, leave a bit of space so then we can allow the good. It's pruning. It's all about pruning, about the whole thing. And I think it's going to be pretty obvious once you really settle into it and realize it's okay. It's going to be pretty obvious. In the lessons that come out of this week here is you get the 10 of Wands. Yeah, I think creation doesn't happen without you being in there. There's no point you ladening yourself, and this could be a real sort of issue for you, more than anything else, Virgo, where you're trying to do everything for everybody else, which is what you normally do. And I think it's a good thing. And I think it's, when you enjoy it, it's fantastic. But if it's causing you any stress and strain, I'm sure the people that you're willingly and lovingly want to help wouldn't want that for you either. And they may not be, they may not realize it. They may love you dearly, but they don't realize how much pressure they're putting you under. And maybe that's what the conversation needs to be had here. Some sort of understanding needs to be brought forward for you so you can really get clear about where to take the journey from here, because it's a real journey and it's a real transition. 5, 6, 7 of Swords, and then you got the 5, 6 of Cups, with the outcome being the 10 of Cups, but 10 of Wands, sorry. Yeah, I just think within the relationship side, I don't see any bad stuff, funnily enough. I just think that it's like a warning. It's just sort of saying, Virgo, take control of at least what you can control within you, engage in it and explore it, open up to it. Otherwise, it may cause you problems going forward. It really may cause you problems going forward. And I don't want that. I don't think anybody does. So, needs to be opened up a little bit, of allowing you to explore and open up to the world that is around you, of being true to you. On your financial side, new daisies. That's what I'm getting. It's like spring has sprung. Zippity doo da, zippity da. It's got that feeling about creating something. It's want to create something, and in the great future, in the where you're heading, is certainly to a fulfilled and abundant land if you engage in it in a very direct, emotional way. And I think there is something that comes into your life here, which is giving you that sort of direction. Let me just see the connection with the universe here, because I think that's where it really comes from. It's like you've seen an advert to do a course online, and then you meet up with this person in the street who's happened to have done that course online or a similar sort of course online, and it just, for them it worked really well, and for you it could work really well. And it seems like there's confirmation of not only what you're seeing, but also of what the world is bringing to you from the outside world. There's something that you want to. It seems like from the past you've been turning a pot for a long time. You've been cooking a brew for a long time, and you don't want to make it, cook it too long, as it were. And that's what seems to be happening here. It seems to be something that's coming in and kind of giving you an injection to sort of say, okay, now it's the time to serve that brew. Don't just keep cooking it. And in your future self, it could well be a stepping stone, this course online, but it may not be. It may be like that is ultimately the goal that you should be doing, and sort of see both sides of it here. But in the future, it's certainly opening up the doors of possibilities. Let's say you do that course online and it starts working well for you, and you start doing that in the world around you. And once you start doing that in the world around you, all of a sudden, it opens up more possibilities for you because you've got more revenue and etc. within the material world. And what's the lesson that sort of comes out of this week here? If it feels right for you, then do it. Basically, if it feels right, do it. If it feels right, do it. And don't have that eternal conflict within you. I had those cards in one way around now. I'm putting them back the right way around now. Because it's coming from within you. And that's what playing smart's all about, I think, on that sort of side. On your karmic path here, that card just doesn't want to come out. You get the moon. Yeah, a lot of water here on this card here. It is on your karmic path here. And I think this is where you need to explore the fundamentals within your life. Really go down to what makes me happy doing. So if I like communicating with people, maybe I should, work in customer care, or maybe I could be a therapist, or, listening to people, or maybe you could be a rating as well, sort of like doing a YouTube channel, that sort of thing. I think you've got to look at the real underbelly of it all. In your connection to the universe, the things that are around you and the coincidences and synchronicities, you get the Wheel of Fortune, ultimate goals. Yes, I think there's something, I think there's several things that come into play here that you kind of go, okay, that's now the second or third coincidence that's pointing me in that direction there. I should really be listening to it and going for it. And that's going to give you that emotional spark that drives you forward. And from your past, you have the Strength card. Yeah, I think you've got every attribute that you possibly need. Once you start heading down this pathway and opening up to the possibilities, this is when I think you find your inner strength, and gives you a real sort of emotional direction in life. And then you get the Six of Pentacles out the top, and it's all about, if it feels right for you, as I said, if it feels right for you, then follow it. And that's what the Six of Pentacles is all about as well. It's a case of, putting yourself first. And putting yourself first doesn't mean necessarily walking on people. Putting yourself first means I want to get that job because then I can have some finances. Therefore, I can buy a house. Therefore, you're going to be employing, tradespeople to do plumbing or whatever. Therefore, you're providing for other people because you are looking after yourself. And that's the sort of thing that needs to happen here. I think you need to step into your own power, into your own finances, as it were, and gain a lot more. And yeah, you will get a lot out of this. You will get a lot. Winning a lot. There's loads of sixes on here as well. There's 3 sixes on this table. There's not. There's every single 6. There's every single 6. Look at that. It's the 6 galore. Every single 6 has come out for you. And it certainly does on your financial side, bodes incredibly well for your success. And you've got to believe in that. And maybe if you start heading down that direction, it's going to take a lot of pressure off your relationship side as well. So let's just see how the energies are playing with your elements that are within you. And we'll put a few cards to get the messages on that. So first of all, let's just have a quick look at the sun and see what the energies are coming in at the moment. So here we have the sun from the energy update last week. You just saw there was an X-flare that just came off there. Didn't head in our direction. Nothing really has been heading in our direction. But we've been getting a lot of energy that's going by on both sides of the earth, as it were. And as it goes round the earth, it creates that static electricity. So that's what this air energy is all about. And we're going to be principally looking at that, how the air plays out in your sign more than anything else. But there has been a filament eruption as well down here. It's not going to be heading towards the earth, but there has been other minor filament eruptions that have been around the earth. which is that water component. Here's that one here that plays off this section here, and it's heading mainly towards Mars. So this could create a lot of sort of hostility as well, emotional hostility and what have you. But that eruption there that came off the sun, that's sort of like systematic to the rest of the filaments that were coming through. So that's been playing into the water energy. But as it's been going whistling past the Earth, it's been creating a lot of static electricity in the air. So we got the the Antarctica and the Arctic pole areas, which have been charged, and they've been charged now for, I think it's coming down now, but it's been charged for certainly for the last sort of like 2 or 3 days. And I think that has something to do with the X-flare, but it's very subtle energies. But that's playing into the whole ideas and getting the ideas done. That's what was happening last week with the Earth energies. So we played into the Earth energies last week. Now it's more the waters that are taking over, and the Earth energies are standing aside, as it were. So let's just go in and see your flower. Let's just bring up your flower and see where the elements play into you. Now you're a pure sign. You're one of 4 pure signs. So you're pure Earth. And you're mutable Earth, so you can play around with the reality that is around you. You're very good at adaptability, as it were, in the moment, which is really good. But look at your base. You have air, earth, air, earth, air, earth. All the way across your relationship side and on the karmic path on your financial side as well. And the only other air you get coming in is that cardinal air that comes in from Libra, your neighbour, just one on, as it were. So that's giving you those ideas that are playing into the fundamentals of your career path. And that's what the ideas are coming in at the moment. What shall I do? What direction shall I take? And that's where you need the emotional input, the water energy. And the only real water energy you get comes in from Cancer on this side here. And it's quite good for you because it's water that turns into earth. So it's giving your karmic path that direction that you so desire. And with that mutable fire and earth in your base and your connection with the world around you, it gives you that spark of vibration of that energy to sort of get behind a plan that really plays into that direction that comes off of that that cardinal water there. So I want to pull a few cards on that information that's coming through with that 6 of Cups and the 10 of Wands there, and it's putting a little bit of a pressure onto your life, and you may be seeking to go into your career path or your business or work, so you don't have to pay attention to your relationship side. I'm not sure that's a good policy for the longer term plan. And I think it's good to sort of like air things, confront things. Now, I don't think they're very difficult. That's the thing. I just think there needs a little pressure that needs to be taken off from you. And I think it'd be good, interesting to just sort of play on these air ones as well. So I want to do this air coming in here, this water here, and then these airs here. So let's just see how that plays in with your cards. Here we go. We've got here on your 6 of Swords, 5 of Swords, and obviously the 7 of Swords that play around it. And here you have the moon here, which is all about that water that comes in here between your past and your future. If you put yourself forward, I think you'll get some very good results. Let's just see about that cardinal air that comes right through, though. What's the messages that come through from this week here? How can I think we're pulling more on the 10 of Wands here, seeing what that's all about. 7 of Pentacles, nurturing your future. This is where I'm sort of saying, yeah, I don't think you should hide away. I think you should get involved in a conversation with your partner, or with the people that you're concerned about in regards to your relationship side, and nurture a future, a really beautiful future, where it can be really connected with another person in a beautiful way, because I think you have that connection. On your financial side, because it comes across here, on the financial side, you get the Queen of Wands. Yeah, this is about, very vibrant energy for you. Really good energy. This helps with this fire energy that's coming in here, this connection with someone in the world around you. It's where the magic of life can start. And I think this is where the emotional direction really helps you out. And on that, there is an offering to you that comes up here. I think it's going to be a surprising offering to you, which is going to play into that Wheel of Fortune. I think you're going to be very surprised about the opportunity that arrives at your feet. And it's on your karmic path to have it. So it gives you that emotional direction. Let's just finish off that side there and see what that emotional direction is all about. See if we can get some inkling about it all. Three of Wands. It could even be, as I said down here, I think it's more than one thing. I think it's tied into a couple of things. And yeah, if you look at this Three of Swords out the back there, you can see that there's two boats, right? And I think this is where you have to choose. You have to be strong about it. And you have to choose a direction that really corresponds to you with the Strength card and the Six of Pentacles. I think you need to be a lot stronger about it for your good self. And, choose that direction. Don't hang around anymore. Don't hang around anymore. I think that's what comes out of that more than anything else. Let's just see about this air energy that's playing through here. And we'll have a look at that water as well that comes in there. With this air energy, you get the King of Pentacles. I think you do need to own it. I think you need to stop that internal conflict that's within you. Be a little bit more sort of direct with yourself more than anything else, and that will get you there. With the Six of Swords, you get the Seven of Wands. Being convinced that, I think you can be convinced that, yeah, I'm with the people that I enjoy being around me. That's not the problem. The problem is the pressure that you are creating upon yourself to fulfill certain ideologies of others, which you shouldn't be. You know, it feels like you're obliged to be someone else, and I think this is where you should to be yourself. And the connection between the Five of Cups and the Six of Cups, the very progressional energy, you get the Queen of Swords. Yeah, I think you need to choose this direction. I think everything is within your grasp here at the moment, Virgo. Choosing can sometimes be difficult for you, but once you've made that choice, you can go through it and you can get there really easily. I just think you need to have a little bit of a direction within your relationship side, and it's gonna bode incredibly well for you. And on your financial side, the opportunities that are coming in for you should be seized upon. When you feel it, follow it, and it will bring you that success. There you go, Virgo. Thanking you very much for being here with us. Really do appreciate it. I hope you get the best out of these readings. Thank you very much for all the support you give to this channel for your YouTube system. I will see you soon, either on the Energy Update or on here. Whichever way it is, it'd be lovely to see you again. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.